What's up guys, WSC Stage Creator back again with another video. Today I have your Clash of Champions 2020 review, and this show was freaking awesome. Holy crap, this show was incredible. The storytelling was amazing. We're going to get into all the details, the results, my opinion of the show, and everything in between in this review. So without further ado, let's get right into the show. We started off on the kickoff show with Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, the tag team champions on SmackDown, versus the Lucha House Party. This match was supposed to be on the main card. It got bumped to the kickoff show. This match over here, Zelena versus Asuka, was supposed to be on the kickoff show, but instead they put this match on there, and I think that was the right decision. It was a good match. Shinsuke and Cesaro won the match. I don't think anyone expected Lucha House Party to win. It looks like they're going to break up. I thought they would break up here at the pay-per-view, but they didn't, so expect that on SmackDown or something. But I don't know what they're going to do with Lucha House Party, but it seems like Kalisto's going to turn heel. But now getting to the main show, I don't know if I missed anything, but I think they skipped out on the Women's Tag Team Championships, and I really couldn't care less, honestly. I don't see the point in having women's tag team championships. There's barely any women's teams, so yeah, I don't care to see that match. I guess it didn't really live up to the hype of actually having all the titles defended if these titles weren't, but you know, I really didn't care to see the match anyways, and that'll probably happen on Raw tomorrow anyways. Getting into the main show, we started off with a match I was really excited for, the triple threat ladder match, and holy crap, this match was insane. So good, man. This was so good. I don't know how to describe how good it was. So many unique new things in this matchup. Jeff Hardy killing it. He did this awesome thing where Sami was tipping the ladder and he was like crawling down the other side, and then he just fell to the outside and looked like a nasty fall. And then Sami Zayn got a swanton from Jeff Hardy from the top of a ladder through a ladder, which was insane. Awesome stuff there. And the match ended with Sami Zayn. What a genius. This has got to be the best strategy anyone's ever done in a ladder match. He got handcuffs for both AJ and Jeff. He handcuffed Jeff's ear, his earlobe, to the ladder, so he can't really go anywhere. And then Sami Zayn goes to handcuff AJ Styles, but AJ fights back a little bit, and they end up handcuffed to each other. Sami gets the keys, unlocks himself, handcuffs him to the ladder, and then Sami Zayn reclaims the Intercontinental Championship, and now he has both the Intercontinental Championships. I guess he is now the rightful Intercontinental Champion. That is really cool. I thought if Jeff Hardy wasn't going to win, it would be Sami Zayn. I really like Sami Zayn. I think he's great, so I'm totally fine with this decision. And Jeff Hardy, I thought he would have a long title reign with the IC title, but maybe he's going to face Roman Reigns in the future. Maybe they're just trying to get the title off him so he can face Roman Reigns, but we'll have to wait and see where things go with that. But Sami Zayn, the new Intercontinental Champion, and I thought going into the show, I didn't think any titles would change hands, but I knew that Clash of Champions, there had to be one championship change at least, so I think this was definitely the right decision to have that title change. Then next on the show, we had one of many backstage segments throughout the night. R-Truth defending his 24/7 title against Drew Gulak. They just kept rolling each other up throughout the night and traded title victories. They can do so much more creative stuff with the 24/7 title. I don't know why they don't, but they only limited it to between these two, Drew Gulak and R-Truth. I mean, the 24/7 title has so much potential. They can do so much more with it. And throughout this show, they showed how much creativity they have, so I think they should put a little bit more effort into this championship to make it a whole lot better. Then we had the match that was supposed to be on the kickoff, but got moved to the main card. It was Asuka versus Zelena Vega for the Raw Women's Championship. I think this was a good move to put this on the main card. You know, a title that main evented WrestleMania should not be on the kickoff show, so I think this is the right move, even with the lack of build. Asuka defeated Zelena Vega with the Asuka lock. Then after the match, Asuka was showing respect to Zelena, and she wanted to shake her hand, but Zelena went to bow, but that was a fake. She went and attacked her, and it looks like this feud is going to keep on going for just a little bit. And you know, WWE likes to stretch out their feuds to get the most out of them, so that's exactly what they're doing here, and I guess that's fine. Then we had another match that could be considered filler, a match just for the sake of the titles being defended. It's Lashley versus Apollo Crews, and this was a solid match, not too bad from these two, and Lashley with a dominant performance beats Apollo Crews with the full Lashley hurt lock, whatever they want to call it. I like that they're getting the full Nelson over. I really like that. And Lashley is a beast. They really should build him up for bigger and better things. And I think he is great. Then we had a controversial match of the night. We had the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. Now going into this match, I was not hyped for this. We've seen this a million times. The Raw Tag Division is dead. They have no teams, and it just goes to show, doing this match so many times, that they really don't have any ideas for these guys. And the Street Profits, I love them as the tag champs. They just need better opponents. So what happened with this match was Angel Garza got injured at some point. It looked like it was his leg, maybe his knee, and he rolled out of the ring. He tagged out. Andrade went in there, and Angelo Dawkins hit his finisher. 1, 2, 3, even though he kicked out. And it looked like they called an audible. They just said, get this match done, get out of here. Angel Garza's hurt, no reason to continue, but I guess nobody told Andrade to kick out. But yeah, controversial finish, and we'll have to wait and see what they do with this. Obviously, they can't continue this feud because Angel Garza is injured, but they should have communicated that a little bit better to Andrade to not kick out. Then at this point in the show, they made a massive announcement that a WWE draft is coming on October 9th and October 12th. I am super hyped about this. I really, really hope that we get some NXT call-ups and we just get a fresh new roster, because the Raw roster has sucked. I really don't like Raw for the most part. These last couple months have been dreadful. They really need a fresh new roster. SmackDown has a pretty good roster, and maybe it can be improved. I hope they don't weaken it, but Raw definitely needs some fresh blood. Maybe Undisputed Era comes up. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they really needed this draft, and I'm glad they're doing it. Then it was time for Bayley versus Nikki Cross, but apparently Nikki Cross was unable to compete after Bayley attacked her with a chair on SmackDown. What happened was Bayley came out, cut a promo, she issued an open challenge, nobody came out, but then Asuka from Raw, the Raw Women's Champion, came out, and their history, so they had a little match. Bayley hit Asuka with a chair, got herself DQ'd, and then out of nowhere, here comes Sasha Banks, and she attacked her with a chair and a kendo stick, and then Bayley retreated. So it looks like we're going to do Sasha versus Bayley at maybe Hell in a Cell, or maybe what would be an interesting idea is to split them up in the draft, have Sasha win the Royal Rumble so that she can go to the other brand and face Bayley. I think that would be a good long-term decision to make them face at WrestleMania if you want to do that, but it may just well be at Hell in a Cell. So we'll have to wait and see there, but I do not like that Sasha's a bit of a crybaby in this feud. She should be confident, the boss, how she normally is. She shouldn't be a crybaby in this feud. I don't like that, but maybe that'll change over time. We'll have to wait and see. Then we got to another match that I was really looking forward to. It was the ambulance match for the WWE Championship, and this match was really damn good. It really exceeded my expectations. This was a really good ambulance match. One thing I want to point out is Drew McIntyre, since winning the championship at WrestleMania 36 against Brock Lesnar, has not main evented a pay-per-view at all as WWE Champion. Not a single pay-per-view. So it kind of goes to show what they think about Drew McIntyre, or maybe it just goes to show that his opponents haven't really been that meaningful and he hasn't had that many great stories. Think of all the other things that main evented over this. I guess they had better stories even on this show, but Drew McIntyre, I think he's a good champion, but maybe he just needs better opponents, and that's because Raw is really lacking people on the roster, so they desperately need this draft, and I think going with Drew to win this match was the best decision. After Randy Orton didn't win at SummerSlam, I thought he would, but after he didn't win at SummerSlam, I come to realize it's Drew's time now. It's not Randy Orton's time. He has been doing great stuff, but he really doesn't need the championship as much as Drew does. It'd just be treading water, going backwards, making Randy Orton the champion right now, when Drew, he really needs this, and you need to look to the future, and that's what they're doing with Drew McIntyre. So in this matchup, really cool stuff. At the start started the matchup, I realized in the entrances, there was some sort of box platform next to the ambulance. And I was like, you know, they're going to fight on top of that, or somebody's going to go through that. And that happened later on in the match. We'll talk about that. So what happened was, they had a good normal match at the start. It looked like Orton was going to hit the punt, but out came Big Show. Big Show came out and choke slammed Randy Orton through the announcer's table, but that was not it. Later on in the match, they fought to the backstage. Christian came out and attacked Randy Orton again, so his past is catching up to him. And a couple of cool spots in this match. Drew McIntyre kicked the door off with a Claymore kick. I was planning to do this match in figure form. I ended up not doing it, but that was definitely going to be a spot I was going to do. Claymoring the door off. I thought that was really cool. And a bit later, Drew McIntyre got slammed through the windshield and his back was all bloodied and scarred. It was pretty gruesome. And then they started fighting on top of the ambulance, and out comes HBK. Shawn Michaels with a sweet chin music pushes Randy Orton off the top of the ambulance through that box platform that I was talking about before. And that was really, really cool. This match was killer. This was really, really nice. This could have main evented, but the main event was really good too. And then Randy Orton hits an RKO. Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore, then puts Randy Orton in the ambulance, and then he wasn't done there. He wanted to add the final exclamation point on the feud. He hits a punt to Randy Orton, a taste of his own medicine, shuts the doors. Drew McIntyre still the WWE champion. Very, very good match here. Definitely exceeded my expectations, and this was good. Drew McIntyre, will he ever main event as champion? We'll have to wait and see. By the way, cannot forget that Ric Flair also made an appearance, and he drove off the ambulance with Randy Orton inside. That was pretty funny and tied back into what Randy Orton did to Ric Flair. So his past came back to haunt him, and Edge was a noticeable person who wasn't there. And you know, the reason why he wasn't there was to save that for later, or maybe it's because he was injured. But I think they'll just save Edge and Randy Orton for WrestleMania later when Edge is completely fine. But definitely a good ambulance match. But then if the show couldn't get any better, they cap it off with an amazing match between cousin versus cousin, a family affair right here. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. The storytelling in this match was absolutely amazing. It had my attention, had me invested. And although everyone and their grandma knew that Jey Uso was not going to win this match, you were invested. This match was incredible. The story was great. Roman Reigns talking trash to him. Call me your tribal chief. He was saying that to him all the time in the match, and he was just putting the beating to the boy, and he was spearing him and punching him, just beating the hell out of Jey Uso. In the end, he was like, call me a tribal chief, call me a tribal chief. He wouldn't do it. Then Jimmy Uso, the injured Jimmy Uso, comes out. He's like, I'm gonna throw in the towel, and Jey Uso's like, no, don't do it, don't do it. And Roman just beats the hell out of Jey. Jimmy throws in the towel, and Roman Reigns wins in convincing fashion. This was really, really good stuff. I really liked this matchup. Great storytelling. Go check this one out. This was really cool. Roman Reigns wrestling without a vest. He looks like $1,000,000. Looks so much better without the vest. He's been hitting the gym when he was away. He's looking jacked. Man, he looks like $1,000,000. His heel turn's great. And apparently new music is coming too, which I think will help a lot. But yeah, this is a great story. That was really cool. I love the Usos, so I'm glad that Jey Uso got this opportunity. Great stuff here. Amazing pay-per-view. One of the best pay-per-views of the year. I think maybe even one of the best, maybe the best. Comment down below what you thought of this show. What was your favorite moment of Clash of Champions 2020? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Big dog. Ooh.